What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ride or Die Canines. We're out here in the kennels, and I have fixed that blanket 4 or 5 times now, trying to make it look like I'm not just neglecting this dog and leaving her in the whole, the hard concrete. But every time I do it and walk away, she takes the blanket, twists it up in a ball, and just plays with it. So you guys can see what she really does when she's in here. Yeah, anyway, we got a new kennel in here finally. We're waiting on the new bed to come in for that kennel itself. And my sister, she went on vacation, so Maura came back to hang out with us for a couple days. And we're real excited about having the new kennel here. And we're going to hopefully have one more real soon so that dogs aren't being doubled up in here. Even though this is a 5x10 kennel, guys, there's more than enough room for these two dogs to relax and have their own personal space. But we want them, give them the best we can. So Prince is definitely enjoying himself over there. He can't even tell I'm talking right now. He's over there passed out. Look at that guy. Conked out. Maura just being a little puppy. And then the grieving family over here. We got them kenneled up together, and we got Dallas inside right now. We got some bad news about the puppies coming off of Mavis and Royce. Unfortunately, guys, she did not get pregnant. I'm sorry I didn't get the news back to you guys sooner. We were out in California. We were out there with some family. We were able to meet up with Harley Blues owners and spend the day with them on Venice Beach and really get to see the overall picture of how Harley Blues doing in her new home. It was just, like I said, guys, absolutely amazing experience. But unfortunately, these puppies didn't want to come here yet. Mother Nature had other plans. I really appreciate everybody I got in contact with that had spots on this litter already. And I hope everybody is willing to be patient until we get here to December, when we are able to repeat the breeding and get you guys the dogs you're waiting on. I know everybody's been waiting quite a while already. Most people have been waiting 5-6 months now. And a few of you have been waiting a little less than that, but we're not going to be able to do a repeat of the breeding until December. Next time Mavis comes into heat. And the pups should be here by February. They should be 8 weeks by April, which would be, probably a better time of year for most people, depending on where you live, to get a new puppy. Springtime, is the best time, in my opinion, to get a puppy because you get a lot more opportunity to start socializing at that point. If you live up north like we do, look at her. She is just going in on that blanket. Man. Maura, this is why you can't have nice things. This is why you can't have nice things, you little goofball. Look at you. I gave you an apple. I gave her an apple. That's why she was in there. She loves eating these apples out of our tree in the backyard. So I use them as a little exercise for her. They're real small. They're like the size of those little cutie clementine things. So I'll take a bunch of those apples and I'll just play fetch with her. Once she brings it back, she gets to eat it, and she absolutely goes nuts. I know a lot of people say don't give apples to dogs, but she knows better than to eat the core. The dangerous part, she knows better than to eat the core, and it's just instinct. Not even because I told her to. She just doesn't eat that part of the apple. So anytime I want her to go hang out, relax in their kennel, I just give her an apple to keep herself occupied, and she usually drifts off into a nap. Well, not today. Not today. She has not had enough playtime, apparently. But I just love to see, a puppy be a puppy. She's goofy. She's not going to destroy the blanket because I'm not going to let her ultimately destroy it. But I've went in there and fixed it 4 or 5 times so it doesn't look like I'm just putting the dog on concrete, making it suffer. That's apparently where she wants to be, the way she treats her blankets and stuff. But she's going to have a new bed in here soon. We are going to have a new addition to the kennel coming soon as well. So you guys stay tuned for that. But yeah, guys, unfortunately, we did not get pups off this breeding this time. And Mavis is really, really bummed out about it. Royce, he's had a few litters on the ground now. He's not losing any sleep over it. He knows it'll be his time again soon. He doesn't take this whole parenting thing as serious as Mavis does. But we're working on it. Maura, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, I tried to go live. For some reason, my live is not working on YouTube. I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to have an input on what you think so far with everything we've been doing lately. This little girl is great. I couldn't believe how similar Harley Blue was when we got down there. I mean, it's just like a blue version of Mora, like almost identical, but Mora's about an inch taller. I believe Harley Blue is either 14 or 15 inches. I'm forgetting now. She's either 14 or 15 inches. Mora's about 15 and a half inches right now. But they're sitting at about the same weight. She's starting to fill out, looking good. Training's going amazing with her. I mean, she's coming light years in the last couple weeks from where she was. She's starting to get that maturity to her. And just as I'm giving you a compliment, you're going to go do some dumb stuff like this. You can't eat metal, Mora. Hey, get off it. Look, she knows. She's giving that look. Yeah, I mean it. Hey! I mean it. Don't test me. Look at this. You can tell she's getting older. She's like a teenager right now trying to test boundaries. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. So that lets me know I got to take her out and work her a little bit more, because even though I thought she was smoked today, apparently she's got some left in her. I love that about puppies, though. I really do love that about puppies. Their rebound time after a nice long physical activity is like minutes compared to these guys. You work them real hard once in the morning, once at night. This is what you get in between. This is what you get in between. And don't want you guys to be too concerned. I know somebody's going to notice those little patches on Mavis. That was from when she came into heat and she did break out. She's not broken out anymore, but the hair's taking a minute to grow back. We just started putting some new stock on it to try and help speed up the process, but it is healing up. She is getting it back. And the rest of her coat's beautiful and extremely smooth. So I know she's headed right back on the right track. But still looks a little rough right now. Just part of the process. It's what happens. These dogs' immune systems, they get so low when they go into their heat cycle that they're susceptible to almost anything. So, you know, that few day period when she is very susceptible to stuff, to infections and whatnot, luckily she doesn't deal with anything like UTIs or any of that yet, but she does get a little rash, a little skin rash. And we keep it under control, and we're trying different things to try and prevent it in the future. But, you know, right now it's just part of kind of how the process goes. Every time she comes into heat, it looks a little rough. But we're getting it better and better every time. The rash is lasting fewer and fewer days than it has originally. So we'll keep you guys updated once we figure out a way to completely combat that. We'll definitely share it with you guys. Oh, and I really want to give a huge shout out to Royal Kennels. They made a video today that was absolutely amazing. They incorporated one of my clips in the video. If you haven't subscribed to that channel yet, make sure you guys go subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and just watch his footage. I mean, he's trying to send a real clear message, the same way we are, to people to do their homework on the right breeder they choose, someone who cares about the dogs, tries to bring their whole family into it, make it a legitimately family-run business operation, gets the kids involved, has a lot of fun with it. You know, and he definitely, like, they support everyone that is trying to do good. It doesn't matter how big or small your program is. If you really are genuine in your heart and you mean what you say when you tell him you want to do something positive in this dog community, he'll do everything in his power to try and help you grow. You know, and he's not doing it behind closed doors. I mean, he's given everything to you guys right up front on his channel. You know, he's telling you how to avoid certain things. You know, what kind of questions you should ask when you do call a breeder for them to take you seriously. What kind of questions or what kind of actions you should be doing. Like Barney came all the way here from Kansas to see the mother and father in person before he decided to buy a dog. Before he was 100% certain this is the pup he wanted off of. These are the parents he wanted a pup off of. And, you know, he drove 15 hours to get here just to hang out, see it for himself, and he was extremely happy with what he's seen. Now, if he wasn't happy with what he's seen, you know, it would have been a lot easier to acknowledge at this point in the game before his dog's even born yet. You know, there's just some things that I can't show you guys on this camera because you kind of have to just be here in person to see and pick up on it yourself. And one of those things that you don't see on camera might be something you don't want in your program or you don't want in your pet. And without physically putting your hands on the dogs and interacting with them, you would have never known it exists. And then at the same time, it might just really reassure you that throughout this whole process, you're spending your money with someone that's going to give you exactly what you're looking for. You know, you don't have to worry about being sold a dream or a scam being run on you. A breeder that's willing to let you into their home, into their kennel, see everything in person is exactly who you should go with. And you know, you can do this with multiple breeders. Go to multiple different sites and kennels and visit all kinds of dogs, especially if you're just getting into this, and see what's out there. Before you make a decision with anybody, go look at the market, because people can be they can be really persuasive with a camera into making a dog look like something it's not. And, you know, unfortunately, people get scammed every day. It's the biggest thing you hear about when you're looking to buy a bully. When you start talking to people and looking for a breeder, everyone's going to start warning you to not deal with certain kennels because they have a terrible reputation of scamming people and running off with their money. So I don't care what someone says to you over the phone or over the text or over a YouTube channel, unless you can go see what they're telling you with your own eyes, don't believe it. Or if you believe it, don't be upset if it doesn't work out in your favor. If you don't put in that necessary groundwork to see what you're getting in the first place, and in the end you're not happy with what you got, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You have nobody to blame but yourself. Remember that. These dogs aren't investments. These dogs aren't livestock. These dogs aren't ATMs. They are companion dogs. They are one of the most loyal breeds I've ever come across. They will do anything for you. And every day of their life, every waking moment they're around you, all they want to do is make you happy. They just continuously look for your approval with everything they decide to do. And once they get that approval, oh my God, they're the happiest dogs you ever seen. But if you just kennel them up all day, like if I just left them in here like this all day, they'd be miserable. You know, if I gave them no human interaction and just pulled them out to clean kennels out, feed them, and breed, and that's all the attention I gave them, these dogs would be absolutely miserable. And everything about them would show that. You come here in person to see them, you wouldn't be able to see a confident dog. You wouldn't be able to see a dog that is able to do commands from a full-blown stranger walking on a leash, being told to stay put, while I'm right there. I mean, if I put zero time and effort and love into these dogs, they wouldn't trust random strangers coming by. If I didn't do so much interactive training with them, me and Bobby do so much interactive training with them, and Miranda and all of our friends and family that support us and help us out, we'd never be able to do things like that because it'd be the first time the dog's ever seen it, and it'd be like learning a new language, and the dog would look at you like you're stupid for trying to get him to do something like that. So that's why it's real important, guys, to go do these things in person. And I know I'm getting myself off on a little bit of a tangent here, but that was kind of the main point of the video that Brian and his wife both had just put out on their channel. The video is called Window Shoppers, and it's a good 20 some minute video, and it's worth watching every second of it. Especially if you're new to this, you need to go check that channel out, and you need to look through this channel. You need to look through all types of bully channels, dog channels in general. Figure out what to look for. Call me, 440-231-2334. Call me. Even if you're not going to spend any money with me, ask me what you should be looking for as far as red flags go or green flags. Like, is this a good thing that the breeder's saying this to me or saying that to me? Hey, I just got a dog from a breeder and this is something that's going on and this is what they're telling me. It's good to just have a second opinion from someone who's around this stuff a lot. I don't need to make any money off you to be able to help you. This whole movement is about bettering the breed and reaching people's lives across the entire world to better themselves, to better their lives, to be able to make huge impacts on someone that may have PTSD that isn't able to get out of their house for years and years, and finally they agree to get one of these dogs, and the confidence this dog gives them in day-to-day life gets them out of the house. Maybe it may not be in the Mall of America, but doing simple things like going to the grocery store, going out to see maybe a drive-in movie, walking through the park, simple things maybe they haven't done in years, and maybe considered committing suicide and killing themselves over because they feel like they can never do it again. These dogs are making that possible for people to achieve and live a happy life they never thought they could ever see again. So we take it very personal, very serious that this is done correctly in the right way, and that the people getting these dogs from us are not people that are gonna do wrong by the breed or do wrong by an innocent animal in general. So I'm gonna cut it off here. Make sure you guys subscribe to that channel. Go check it out, as well as Family First American Bully Kennel. They've been doing amazing stuff. They're still selling their dog treats. They're still growing their channel. So why don't you guys go out, check out their channel as well, Family First. They got 2 productions of ours. They got one dog that is Mavis's littermate brother, Atticus, who's off of Prince and Luna, as well as they got a dog named Envy off of Royce and Bams. And that dog is actually scheduled to be bred to Zeus at Royal Kennels in, I believe, about 6 months. So stay tuned for that. Just watch their progression. I know that channel is going to grow pretty quickly over the next little bit of time, as long as they keep putting in the groundwork to maintain what they're doing. They have nowhere to go but up. So you guys keep it up, man. Don't lose your motivation. Don't lose your consistency. Make sure you're putting in the work, because they are great people, guys. They are great people, and they need to be able to share with you guys all they do for their dogs. So we appreciate them as a customer, and we want to help see them grow in the future. So I'm going to cut it off here. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and call me, text me if you're interested in puppies on future litters. Give me a text, call, email. I can be reached at my email is riderdiecaniines@gmail.com. But all right, guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. Stay tuned for more updates. I appreciate all of you.